What's going on, everybody? Adrian here. Welcome back to the Twitch stream. Hey, 2 streams in a week. This is the first in the last month or so. I've been so busy that I put off, Twitch streaming. But we're back. We're here in World of Warcraft tonight, and I missed Warfronts coming out on the Alliance side. As you guys know, I've been jumping around different games, and I've been in Guild Wars 2 this week because of the new episode. But as an Alliance player, great. I'm finally here. We're gonna go check out Warfronts. I got a buddy with me, Tom3Kings, who is on Discord with me right now. And we're going to queue up for this thing and check it out. Tom's already done it. I haven't done it yet, so I'm coming in with a fresh pair of eyes. I've heard so much about Warfronts, from the Horde perspective, and this whole debate about why one faction got it first, the whole time gating stuff. I'm taking that part of the conversation and I'm putting it aside for now. I want to focus on the content specifically. Is it fun? What's it all about? Is this the content, or is this content viable running weekly or daily, even like Island Expeditions were? Because we played a shit ton of that for the Azreck weekly cap, and not a lot of us like it. Myself, you've already seen my review, so let's check out Warfronts and see what's up. But first off, hey Tom, thanks for being on, man. How you doing?
Good, man. I can tell you I'm already not running Island Expeditions for weekly Azreck cap.
That makes both of us, to be honest. But yeah. I did see Blizzard, I don't know, because of whatever player or fan backlash or whatever, but they came up with that Q&A this week, and game director Hazikostas, did they tweak the drop rates for Island Expeditions or something like that? Like they made it 5% better chance of dropping or something like that.
I gotta be honest, I watched it about halfway through and stopped watching it.
Gotcha.
But
doesn't matter though. I mean, even at 5% chance for dropping something like a mount or a pet is still not good enough for me. I'm like, nah.
Yeah,
okay.
it needs to feel different.
Yeah.
Jump back in there.
Okay. Oh, let me check it in chat real quick. We have Gilthrill. Hello, Gilthrill. Says I wasn't looking at the screen, so when you talked out of nowhere, you shocked the hell out of me. Sorry about that, Gilthrill. But hey. Spooky surprise! I mean, it's almost October, Halloween's coming, and I'm excited for that. We got Historical Chewy in chat. Hello, Historical Chewy. Good to see you, man. Says, hi, Jiram. I don't want to ruin this, but I bet 1,000 bucks you won't enjoy it after the second time. Alright, we'll see. I'll take it up. 1,000 pounds, though. Or was that 1,000 euros? That's a lot of money. If I like it, I will message you my P.O. box or my bank account. You'll bank that in. And I will buy some sweet new streaming stuff with that money, alright? You're gonna help fund my Twitch channel. Alright, Tom,
that's
you ready?
A big dono.
That's a big dono. You ready to go, Tom? Should we queue?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it. And I've been planning what to say when Warfronts finally came out, and I got it.
What is
it? It is Warfronts has made it to the water. For the Lion side, that is.
Warfronts have made it to the water.
Oh God, I love that has become the BFA meme.
It has. Hell,
it makes me so happy.
I think I watched a famous celebrity say it on one of their Instagram stuff. I can't remember which, but they were like something made it to water. I'm like, that's a WoW reference. I totally got that.
It's hilarious.
All right, Battle for Stormguard Guard. This is going to be the first one, and the thing about Warfronts, for those of you that don't play World of Warcraft or have no idea what this is an instance 20-player PvE cooperative battle. It's kind of stylized like the old RTS games. You got a base, you got to have resources, and then you're pushing. So it's kind of fun in that regard. Think of Warcraft 3, think of StarCraft, Red Alert, all those Command and Conquer games of years old. So I'm really interested to see. I've never watched any of the preview videos, guys, and I wasn't in the beta as well because I don't like doing that stuff. I don't want to spoil it. So we'll check it out, and then like I said, Tom's already done it, so we'll get his first impressions after the first one. Then we'll compare notes, and we'll run a couple more. I haven't done the quest yet, the one that gives you like 370 gear. So I'm looking forward to getting that as well. What do you get for your 370, Tom?
Oh, let's see. What was it? 370 legs. No, boots. I got the 7th Legionnaire legs. Yeah, the boots.
Sweet.
They look really cool too.
Wait, did you complete the full Legionnaire set already?
No, I'm so confused. Like, okay, so there's 3 sets that are listed in there: Aspirant, Warfront, and Gladiator. And I feel like there's 7 different variations of those armor. And as an armor collector, I want Blizzard to fix that, please. I want to see all the different sets I can get, and I want to know where to get all of them, because that's literally... I just got the achievement for having 10 tier sets, so I'm now Stylist Tom.
Nice. Alright, so we just spawned on the ship. The Horde's firing at us. We're over the Stormguard Keep right now. On the right side of my screen, you can see there is a reclaimed Stormguard.
Stormguard has been despoiled by invaders for too long.
Yeah, so we land, and the first thing we do is reclaim the area. So we gotta take out the Horde and reclaim the town hall.
Gotcha. And I see all these resources. What is that? Wood and ore?
We'll get to that, but yeah, you're going to collect wood and ore to build different buildings to help us advance throughout this scenario. So far, there's one linear progression, and you kind of have to unlock your buildings in a certain order.
Sweet.
One thing that was kind of a bummer to me about this is that using tanks and siege in this is they're automated NPCs. You don't actually control any of them.
Okay, so we just like spawn them and then leave them alone and just let them do their thing?
We spawn them and move them up, and then we have to take out like some siege towers and stuff. To get
so it's kind of like, it's got that MOBA, kind of like Dota 2, League of Legends kind of mechanic too?
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely will have like packs of Horde NPCs coming down different lanes, and if we don't take them out, they will end up at our front gate, you know.
Copy that. I mean, this is preliminary stages, guys. I see a flag there, and I guess this is where we claim it.
So you can see the objectives on the right. Town Hall rebuilt is what we're doing right now.
Gotcha. Let's go.
Now, what do you want to do? You want to mine some ore and kill kobolds, or do you want to kill Horde and chop down trees?
Sweet, so we get choices. Yeah, let's do a bit of both. Let's go mine some stuff.
Okay, we'll go to the right and head towards Galson's Lode. You can see it on your map.
Copy that. Oh shit, this would be a really cool guild run activity.
Yes.
I feel like, you know, you can just delegate people, or you guys are on ore duty, you guys are in this and that. I mean, it could
look over here. This this thing will drop ore, but it only drops for me, and it'll respawn over time, and that's how you get ore from these areas.
Gotcha.
Also, the kobolds have a chance to drop ore, and as you see on your like accumulative resource on the right side, there's a plus number. Once we've captured Galson's Lode, over time you just accumulate iron and can pick it up from the chest at the main keep.
All right, that's cool. So it trickles in based on how much you got. Gotcha. All right, let me just check in the chat real quick. Historical Chew says, "Damn, now he's gonna like it now." Oh, you bet. You put a 1,000-pound kitty on that. Come on. Kirill says, "Lol." Historical Chew says, "And our turtles made of water, and casuals are killing them by not helping them." Hey, I help those turtles a ton, man. I've gotten so good at shooting down those damn, what are those, seagulls?
Albatross.
Albatross. I'm a great shot with that. Whatever. Turtle sauce beam. I don't even know what that
sauce beam.
I don't even know what that is. I was gonna call it turtle sauce beam.
Turtle sauce beam. I love that. That's great.
Historical Chew says, by the way, this has guaranteed gear, pretty sure, so I can get a full set of 340 in 6 days. Nice.
Yeah.
Although I'm fully decked out in like 350 gear from running mythics and stuff, so I was kind of hoping for. Hang on, we got a quest here.
How are you?
Okay, iron.
Yeah, you'll get a quest at each one of the hubs that kind of explains how to do it. It doesn't give you anything, but it's nice. You get it once per character.
It's too far away.
But there's no like benefits or stuff. I imagine I'm exalted with the 7th Legion right now, but I'm kind of guessing that all the quests here will give rep for 7th Legion too, right?
They did not give me rep for 7th Legion.
Okay.
As far as being in the revered tier, they did not.
Gotcha.
Sometimes WoW does that, where if you're in a certain tier, you get rep for quests.
That's fair, because for the entire week leading up to the Alliance side, and even the Horde side, all your turn-ins gave you reputation, from what I saw over this week. So it's like, I'm pretty sure by now, everybody should be like exalted with their honor bound or 7th Legion already. I think
it depends on how, if you've been doing the emissaries. I'm not exalted because I'm getting close though. I'm 3/4 of the way, and that's pretty casual.
Yeah,
that's pretty casual. But I did grind pretty hard for revered because I wanted Pathfinder Part 1 done really early.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So when you get to 200 ore, you're at the max you can carry. We're gonna get to a zone further down this scenario where you can update your Flight Master whistle to work in here.
Oh, sweet. That'll be cool.
To work. Yeah, so you can just whistle back to the keep.
Yeah, that's gonna be handy.
I'm gonna try and get close to 200 ore before we head out.
I've only got 30 right now. I'm just enjoying everything. just looking at this, look at this place. The thing is, I recognize this area. Oh.
Island's mill will provide us the lumber we need to rebuild.
Okay, so they finally captured the lumber mill, which was the opposite side. We needed Galson's load and that side. So now that we have both, we have new objectives, which is to build a workshop and siege engines.
Gotcha.
Cap Northfold Crossing. But if you look on your map and hover over the icons in your town, you'll see that there's some prerequisites to building a workshop.
Oh, it's exactly like the RTS game, man. Yeah, that's exactly how things work.
I've got 190 ore and 11 waiting for me back there, so I'm gonna fly back.
Yeah, I've got 47.
Oh, there's a cart up here by the front if you want to grab it.
Copy that. All right, I'll run back manually. And does it deposit automatically, or do I have to go drop it off?
I'll go with you. No, just follow me and I'll show you. You can choose where you want to place the ore. So since we need a workshop, first thing it requires for a workshop is a keep. So let's go put our ore at the keep. It needs 380.
Copy that. Yeah, this is interesting.
Oh wait, it requires Altar of Kings and Armory to do it. So we need to... Actually, we didn't finish the barracks. We need to finish the barracks before we can build the Altar of Kings.
Barracks,
I'm going the wrong way. There's a chest of ore down here too if you want it.
Barracks. I don't see the barracks. Oh, I do now. Okay, gotcha. So that needs remaining 0 and 100 wood. So I'm guessing that's wood.
Yeah, here. There's another thing of ore right here. If you want to grab it, just respawn.
Gotcha.
If I grab it, I'll go over 200.
I'm on 166, but I'm pretty happy with that. I'm okay. I like to keep space in my pocket.
You and I literally have enough ore between the two of us to build the keep, so that's a lot of ore.
Cool. One thing though, like we're in here. This is 20-man instance, but no one's really talking besides me and Tom in comms. But there's no kind of social interaction whatsoever.
Yeah, I've noticed that. It's been kind of hit or miss. I've seen that on some and not on others. Okay, so this is a scenario where it's about to be finished building. All it needed was wood, though. So now let's go Altar of Kings or Armory. We need both of those to get to the keep. So
all right. Let's do it.
If we drop all ours at the Armory right here, we should finish the Armory.
Contribute. Oh, I gotta keep clicking. Right.
Yeah, for some Lotro stuff.
Some Lotro. Come on, let's go. This is such a paladin instance. So many pallies out here. Pallies for the win, baby.
Dude, they are awesome. I ran a Mythic 2 last night and ended up 3rd overall DPS as Holy.
That's Holy.
Yeah. Amazing, dude. Paladin is so fun. Yeah, so this is what happens when you don't take out a pack of NPCs before they get to the gate.
You know what sucks right now? I've been hitting all my Guild Wars 2 hotkeys. I've been messing up my hotkey rotations. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, that's so funny.
This happens when you jump a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I've really enjoyed playing a game that feels main dominant too. Like WoW hasn't felt like a main game for a while. You know what I mean? Like lots of alts.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it is right now. I feel like I've been able to invest in just my one little pally. Okay, shit. So, why don't we go get some ore or get some wood?
Yeah,
you
let's
said you
get
wanted
wood.
to do both, right?
Let's get wood. So the cool thing is, oh, hang on, I got a quest here from Mr. Sergeant Matthew. Speak with Ralston Karn to recruit an ally from the barracks. Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah. Do you have any stone left over?
116.
Nice. Okay, so come over here and we can get some soldiers to follow us.
Oh, sweet. Let's do that. Okay, what do we got?
Light be with you.
Oh!
I'll get a footman for myself, and they'll follow us.
I'll take a dwarf rifleman.
Hell yeah.
Be careful.
Here, let me turn that in. I need to work on my Scottish.
Good enough. Good enough for WoW.
Got enough for WoW.
Good enough for WoW.
That's way better, dude. I'm
I'm
not even gonna try it anymore. You do it.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, I'm looking for you in the map. Gotcha. Coming to you. All right, so we're making our way down. I'm just gonna check in chat real quick. Galthor says, "How can you not help the cute turtles?" Hey, like I said, I mean, For a
The Altar
while,
of Kings is complete.
they were fun, and then after a while, I'm like, oh, would you stop? How many turtles are so horny, man? They just breed and breed and breed.
How are you?
Okay, what is this? The following will be cast on you: Lumberjack's axe. Pick up a sturdy axe and gather. Oh, we have to chop wood manually. What the hell? All
Yeah,
right,
we
let's
have
do
to
this.
chop wood manually, or you can pick up bundles on the ground.
All right, let's do it. I just got an axe.
So you can see these trees are already chopped down, and I don't think they respawn, which makes sense. But like,
I'm chopping one right now.
oh, did you find one? Nice.
Holy shit! This, I mean, I am literally, physically putting work into, you know, I mean, it's all a matter of perspective and how you perceive the sort of activity you're doing at the moment, but yeah, you do see that progress. The thing is, I mean, this is my first run through, so everything is kind of like moving at the speed of light, and I'm trying to absorb as much as I can from this thing, but so far, I'm kind of liking it.
It's pretty fun, man. I'm looking for more trees. And you can see on your map, too, there's a little gold icon, too, where bundles of wood are sitting. Because eventually you can't chop down any more trees. I'm pretty sure they just stop populating.
Gotcha. And are there any rare bosses on the map, like, you know, like you'd get in...
Yeah, they do spawn, and you'll get a dialogue pop up, too, and a star will show up on your map, and you can go kill them. I have not done any yet, actually.
Right, because that would make things pretty interesting, because here we are all trying to, like, you know, get material stuff, and we're all working towards something. But in a real RTS situation, if you're playing against AI or you're playing against a real player, you never know when you're going to get attacked. You know, people send, like, spies and other stuff into the base, you know, just to mess with you. And I wonder if that's going to be a thing in here, too.
Yeah. I can see this being fun on some higher difficulties or needing to race the time and stuff like that. Okay, I don't see very much tree left to cut down, so
No,
why don't you want to do some like PvE fighting?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I see all of them on the minimap, but there's no pile of wood. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I got a bunch. They're really hard to spot.
Valor Call Pass is now
Oh, cool. So we finally capped the base out front. This is one of the few times I've played and people are actually focusing on gathering resources and objectives more than killing NPCs.
Right, because the default thing for people to do is like, I just want to go fight. You know?
Kill, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to go kill, I just want to go fight. So it's nice to see that. Either that or we just got into a really good group, I suppose. I don't know.
Huge pack of enemies at Valor Call.
I've got my AoE, I'm good.
I need your help!
Where at?
Valor Call.
I think we're at the same area.
Oh yeah, you're right there, smacking them on. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I'm in Holy right now, so I don't really do a ton of damage.
Damn it. I forgot my keybinds. Where is my Avenging Wrath? There you go. I can't remember where it was.
I need to get closer.
Okay, hang in there, chat. I see you guys have some stuff to say. I'll get to you in a sec. This has been pretty hectic so far. Alright, I'm gonna stop here and check in chat real quick while we move this along. Historical Choice says, by the way, you can't lose. It's impossible to lose a Warfront, and that there's 0 reputation given in Warfront. Okay, which is, but like I said, you do get a lot of reputation for turning in all those quests before, or trying to unlock the Warfront. So I'm not sure. Oh, well, I would like to have seen them put more rep in here, because there's some quests and stuff that you do for the first time. Galto says, not you, just people in general. I know, I was just having some fun there. Boopy with the playtime command. Yeah, sorry, I'm not... I haven't really introduced a lot of commands to the Twitch channel, but I will look into doing that. You can tell I'm not much of a Twitch guy when you come in here and you drop commands like that, and nothing shows up.
I don't. There's a bunch of those commands. They get them set up through like Nightbot and stuff like that. But
yeah, Nightbot got too annoying for me. Like Nightbot just kept on spawning and spawning, like spamming, and I'm like, yeah.
I could not get Nightbot to stop flagging people for caps.
Yeah, I had that problem too.
enable that setting and stuff, but he was just like, nope, I'm gonna be a dick.
Alright, so here I am capturing this horde flag here. And nice to see peons around. I like killing peons.
We're well on our way.
Everyone loves killing peons.
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 Are we going British today?
I like it because the peons from RTS and in WoW, they've always had the work.
Work.
All right, back to work.
That's so classic. Wow, a classic Warcraft, man.
Yeah, I love it. Okay,
right.
So we need to either go take Newstead or Circle of Elements, or go back and start.
Gotcha. Hang on, this
armor.
guy is gonna help me update my Flight Master's whistle, right? This Grayson Bell dude.
Yes.
Copy.
Well met.
Need a lift. Yes, take me to... I gotta go back and talk to the commander real quick, so I'll fly back right to you.
Sounds good. Yeah, and then let's go to Circle of Elements. I think that's a good move.
Greetings.
We gotta go
Copy
take
that.
down a big element boss.
Cool. Oh, come on, I gotta fly. I thought it was gonna be instance, so I'm kind of like missing the fun, just chilling on this bird, looking back.
Oh.
But it's interesting though.
Okay. These things last a while.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I can see this being, you know, kind of like a thing. I don't know in 1 month or 2 months if... I mean, I'm saying this knowing that there's going to be different Warfronts coming out. So it's not always going to be Battle for Stormguard. There's like a 3 or 4, and Blizzard needs to develop more and keep them fresh. Like, I don't want to see the same push, like a tug of war between keeps and stuff. Come up with new ideas, because we've seen that in all these RTS games, you know, how they make missions with some super cool objectives thrown in
We
between.
will fight for what is ours.
I would love to see these get upgraded to like Mythic and have some timing system, you know, and have them be harder, you know, have this be like a new raid. I would freaking love that.
Great to meet you.
Yeah, but I think there will be some replayability too, especially because they're on a week, off a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you don't have the ability to play them sometime.
In that sense, the time gating kind of makes sense, but the general thing with players is that they will never understand that. They will always look at the time gating as an issue, whereas I think the week between Warfronts is a really way to help you wait. You've seen all you could see, and to help you mitigate some sort of a burnout. Wait a week, you know, go do something else in the meantime with WoW. And I know that's a very specific way of saying it, because Blizzard definitely wants you to spend your subscription money and wants you to be in WoW more often, because you pay to play here. So you can understand the business decision behind that, but...
Illidan said it the best. Only we can save ourselves. only you can stop yourself from blowing through content too quickly. Like, only you, seriously, because like... people just play too fast. I mean, if the whole game comes out, everyone's gonna just blow through it. So, I mean, there has to be a system. There has to be.
I like the usage of the different quotes of history, dude.
Dismissed.
Alright, I've done a bunch of quests. So I just came back to the keep here. There's various different people and NPCs here that if you give your supplies to, like, you can offer them 10 stuff or whatever, and you will get some like boons and stuff. Like this priest is giving me some power, which is great.
Yeah, there's a lot of upgrades you can get from the keep. I've played around with a couple of them. Over at Newstead, you can recruit an Elec rider mount that follows you, and he like knocks back a bunch of enemies. They're super strong.
That's awesome.
We haven't quite taken Newstead yet because I think we're taking Circle.
Okay, I'm just gonna run around the keep for a bit and just do all these quests. Having a visual bank as well.
Talk to me.
Grumble, speak with the Grumble to learn what the workshop has to offer. Yeah, I just want to get a feel for this. You know, another key thing is I noticed you can't fly. Unlike in the in the Arathi stuff, you can't fly. I mean, you can fly there, and I think it was paramount that you can't fly here because that just speeds things up so much, and it just makes it so easy. You know, everybody's flying in and out of the keep and stuff like that.
So I thought of something funny. Remember how like we did the interview a while back, and I was like, one of my favorite features of WoW is flying.
What's happening?
I've like totally recanted that since, because
Really?
I've just like taken the time to like sit down and look at the worlds while I'm on my ground mount in BFA, and I'm like, I don't even really want flying. I just don't even really want it, because you miss out on the experience of having to fight through the trolls, or you know, oops, I ran into a rare, or oops, there's a shit ton of horde here for questing. Like, you can just fly right over them.
That's an interesting perspective, and it's a good one that you brought up there, especially now with BFA, and the way they've gone and put flying behind the Pathfinder achievement. It was done for a specific reason, and BFA was designed, even Legion was designed for a specific reason, and that is to get you to maximize the amount of things you can see and do on your mount, and then you don't really need to have the flying except for convenience, right? Because, I mean, the ground mounts in BFA, just having a ground mount is just good enough to get you pretty much everywhere you need to go. And, you know, some of these zones are designed to show you like its best parts, or, you know, the most attractive parts that you could just access on foot. The mounts are just, yeah, the flying mounts are just going to be easy access, point A to B, you know, instead of taking something up there, or, you know, instead of having to climb a ramp or something, you just fly up there, which is going to be handy. But
yeah, you got to look for stuff. Oh yeah, and if you get too close to the wall, like I just did, before they like nuke the gate down, you'll just get pummeled with catapults. Like, you can't get too close to the enemy keep.
Yeah, I'm in panic mode. I'm looking for my oh shit button. Okay, there we go. Flash of light. Holy crap, man. Here's what I'm gonna do moving forward. I at any given week I play like 4 different MMOs. I'm gonna print out all my hotkeys in like visual sheets and put them on the wall here, so I can just glance real quick and know what my hotkeys are. That will help me so much.
Did you see my private message about wanting to play Lotro?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Dude, how can I talk you into playing that game again? I need to play Lotro. Is that possible? Do you have any enjoyability left in that game?
Starting from fresh, yeah. Because I haven't leveled a new character in over 3 years plus. So, I mean, I'd be attracted to going back and doing it all over again, because, you know, my channel may be, I may have a lot of Lotro stuff, but I don't have a lot of leveling and early level stuff for Lotro. So yeah, that could be an interesting proposition. And if you want to do it, I recently sat down with Andang. I've known Andang for a long time, and he's one of the more prominent Lotro content creators too. So what I could talk us into doing is have all 3 of us make brand new alts, and we can go through the game again, like in a progression style.
Dude, this sounds amazing. I'm also moving to Albuquerque like next week, so I'm not going to be working for a few weeks. I can totally like meet you guys for scheduled streams and stuff.
Cool.
Oh, that sounds really fun, dude. Yeah, because the only reason I can't play it is because I can't find anyone to do it with.
Well,
you know, just on pugging it, you know, going in and trying to make friends. I've always had a really hard time. It seems like there's really established players, and there's like new players.
Yeah, man. Just give me like a couple of weeks. I'll reach out and see, because a lot of my gaming friends came from Lotro. Really, that's where I met everybody. So let me put out some feelers, see who's interested. Maybe we can get a progression guild going on one of the NA servers. Take it slow. Maybe every week we'll hit a certain level. We'll do a certain content, or every bi-week, depending on people's availabilities, and then we can run some of the group stuff too. I mean, it's just an idea, because it's something that I always wanted to do, but I could never commit to.
Yeah, it's a lot of leveling.
Yeah.
It's a lot of leveling, and we can do it for as long as we want to, and you see how fun it is too. Like, I don't think anyone would criminalize you if you started streaming Lotro and we're like, I don't really want to stream anymore.
No, actually, I think a lot of people would be up for it.
Cool. Oh, see that dialogue that just popped up?
Mm-hmm.
That's a rare spawn, so there should be a star on your map now.
Star on my, I see it. Oh boy, let's go.
I'll try to meet you there. Yeah.
I see, like, Siege Engines has come out, so we've already used a workshop to build that. Yeah, we got really
Oh, we're already on the gate. Shit, I didn't even realize.
Yeah. I was at the gate. just killing stuff. But now we got to come back for the stone loot boss. So that's interesting there because you're almost about to hit the objective, and then they kind of spawn around. Where the hell is he? Wait,
I think it's in the. Is it in a cave? Yeah, it's under.
Oh, it's underneath. Damn it. Well, do we kill that or do we just carry on because we're right at the gates?
Is it under the dock or something? Is there a cave in the water?
I've done this in the Arathi. There should be a cave here. The mines, I think.
It's in Galson's Load?
I could be wrong, but I think it's this one down here. Or it's on the other side. Yeah, I think it's the other side, dude.
The whole map of Arathi has changed. Like that cave that had the ogres.
Right.
Not even there.
Okay. So that was what I was kind of banking on because I've gotten very used to this map in Arathi, having, we've had it for like, what, a week and a half? And I've been daily, well, not daily, but I've taken both my tunes in there, pretty much farming for the rares to try and get those pets and stuff.
Well, yeah, it might be in the mine. We could try and go in there if you want, or if you want to siege the gate, we can do that.
Fly over Newstead once more.
Whichever.
Thing is, everybody's at the gates. I don't think people really care about that rare. I guess I'll get it next run or something.
I'm pretty sure I've had one spawn every game.
Alright. Any idea what they dropped, though?
Nope.
That's cool. Well, let's get it done. We're charging in. For the Alliance!
Oh shit, the gate's already down and everything. They're probably, they're about to pull the boss.
For the Alliance!
I could see this being so fun on Mythic, where you have to coordinate with your guild.
I want to see some, like, real danger, like, the danger here for me kind of looks like if I stray off on my own and do my own thing, I'm gonna die, because there's gonna be lots of mobs. And if you don't stay with the group, then, yeah, you're not gonna take it down. Oh my god, I'm burning.
I just got melted. I ran way too far ahead.
Where are you? Oh, right. I gotcha.
Oh, just being a noob.
I'm looking at everything. There's just so much going on my screen right now. The giant thing, I suspect, is not the boss.
Etrig is the boss, I think.
Etrig.
There's just a head orc or something. You might not have pulled him yet.
For blood.
For the horde, my ass. Well, actually, I shouldn't be saying that because I have to. I'm only for the horde when I'm streaming horde, all right? And when I'm streaming Alliance, I'm for the Alliance.
That's right.
My blades will rend your flesh.
So Etrig, 13 million HP.
Yep.
Can we like build catapults and hit him with it, or is our siege engines doing anything? Or...
I don't think so.
Okay, I see a bunch of shamans healing at the back. So I mean, if it's anything like dungeon trash.
Yeah, they kind of made them like the NPCs in the bots in the Island Expeditions. They made them have like real character mechanics, healing. And
yeah, I'm cool with that. This guy though, he's just running around like a headless jackass chicken. I mean, I've just seen Etherix just jump around a lot.
Yeah, he's an annoying boss. By the way, this is a really good place to practice healing.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Since there's no danger.
Yeah, I'm ditching that idea to heal in BFA. I'm gonna go tank because the new guild that I joined, the guy that got me in, believe it or not. I'm not sure if I told you this, or you may have been in Discord when I said it, but he's a lecturer in my old university.
Oh, no shit!
Yeah, I was so surprised, and we were like, "Holy shit, that's fucking awesome!"
That's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, he mains a prot pally, and I want to get some advice, and they're pushing. I think they're done, or they're pushing heroics for the raids. So I'll just piggyback in on that and learn a bit.
Let me know if they need healers.
Sure. Well, I mean, that guild is like 90% Malaysian, bro, which is really awesome because I didn't think I'd find Malaysian guild or whatever. So if you're on when we're on, then yeah.
Do they speak English? For the most part?
Yeah, most part, yeah.
Nice,
So
awesome.
victory, we killed Eitrig. I got a 340 cloak, but I'm using a 355 cloak. So
You might have gotten the 370 also behind the portrait. Check your chat log. That's what I did. I got 2 things on my first one.
no, I'm not as lucky as you.
Damn.
No, but I'm gonna be turning in the Warfront Quest, the Battle for Stormguard. So that's gonna net me the 370. So I just hope it's something that I can use. And not
that's where I got the 370 from. I don't think I got a 370 from the drop.
Right, but they do drop. They can drop, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
The results.
Hey, give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna ingest some cannabis. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I'm gonna check in with chat after this.
That's good.
Okay, let me turn this in whilst Karn well fought half a line, though I'm afraid it may be premature to let our guard down just yet. I'm sure our enemy will not sit idly while we rebuild Stormguard. Alright, here we go. Shit. Oh, it's B, yeah. Keybinds, y'all. Okay, Warfronts equipment cache 370. Please give me something I can use, please. Arm guards, 370. No luck with it being a Titan Forge or anything. So that's a definite upgrade from my Mythic Van Braces from a 340 to 370, which is good. I'll take it. And of course, I got upgraded my artifact power as well, but because of the gear that I have on, my artifact power stuff, like my armor, goes down like 27 and 25. I'm only 21 at the moment, so yeah, no chance of using that. Anyway, let's check it in chat. Sorry guys, really hectic that last area there. Boopy says, never mind, doesn't work. Yeah, I read that. And Boopy says, how long will you be streaming for? Currently on my way home. Oh, I'll be on for like another hour, half an hour. I just want to do a couple of Warfronts and get a feel for it, get a hang of it. Because as you know, I'm reviewing a ton of stuff at the moment. Once I port this over to YouTube, you guys will see it over there too. But I've been playing Warframe, so I'm kind of making a video series about Warframe. I've just done Guild Wars 2. I've got the Guild Wars 2 map to do as well. The Elder Scrolls Online is coming out with their Murkmire DLC. I'm gonna be jumping into that. Aeon, this is gonna surprise a lot of people. Aeon has just revamped their game with their 6.0 update. New Dawn, I think it's called, where they've revamped the leveling experience, they've made it less grindy and all that good stuff, so I may be jumping into Aeon to see it now from a new player perspective. So, lots to do. For World of Warcraft, I need to do further, and I'm not going to be rushing it, you know, I'm just going to take my time with BFA. So that simply means I've got more content coming out. Let's say raid-wise, I'm going to do videos on the raid whenever I get the chance to do it. In addition to Horde side, which I haven't touched because that is a time investment. I spent my time leveling a second character, which is my hunter, and I'm gonna wait a while before I decide to level up my Horde side DK, even though that could be pretty easy now that Pathfinder is out, so speed's faster and all that stuff. We'll see, you guys, we'll see. What else do we have for today's emissary? Order of Embers, 340 shield. I have a 355 shield, so that's not an upgrade. War effort is 600. I'm kind of maxed out with sub-legions. I don't need that. Champs, though, I do need champs. Let's see how to guild real quick. Yo. Right, so 5 days and 3 hours left, and you can see the time left there. So this has been pretty interesting. If you took that map, Battle for Stormguard, and you kind of convert that into an RTS map or an RTS game, you know, like I was talking to Tom before we went live, and the perspective, you know, we're doing it in first person, and we're individually controlling the units, but when you zoom out and you look at it from that sort of picture, you can clearly see the sort of design inspiration for the mechanics and stuff, and I do feel it's really fresh, especially for an MMORPG that can pull it off. I've seen other MMOs try and do not exactly this, but try and, you know, mash a bunch of MOBA/RTS mechanics into a mode. For example, like Lord of the Rings, when they came out with their Osgiliath PvP map, you kind of saw that. You know, you have all these NPC stuff to fight, and just a bridge, and it's a tug of war essentially. Other games as well, you know, but more for a PvP perspective, not so much from a PvE perspective. And that's where I think World of Warcraft kind of stands out a little bit, because while a lot of people would say, you know, the mechanics for Warfronts kind of suits PvP, because you have like 2 different squads or factions, and then they're all, it's a battle for resources, it's a battle for, you know, who can push stuff like that. And the thing is, I think it already exists in like the Epic Battlegrounds. Epic Battlegrounds kind of remind me of that, you know, because you have to go and push keeps, and you got to go push towers. The only thing that's missing, I think, is like the resource gathering, which is what you saw us do a lot here in Warfront. So yeah, it's just another additional avenue, I think, for Blizzard to push this. And I've not watched any of the initial like reviews for Warfronts, but a lot of the big WoW YouTubers, their impressions are really based on the time gating, and how even before they played the damn thing, there's already a negative perception. And I tuned myself out of that. And like I was telling Tom, I have the luxury of waiting the 2 weeks or whatever as an Alliance player by going and playing the other games, so that I don't have to worry about all this negative bullshit. Come in when it launches and see it for myself and make up my own mind. And so far, I like the concept. It's just how much, what else are they going to do with it, and how sustainable is this going to be as a content concept, as opposed to stuff like the Island Expeditions. That one kind of fell short, I think. Welcome back, Tom, by the way.
Oh, thanks. I see it as a nice alternative for solo queue PvE content to LFR, because I like the raids, but I don't want to do LFR every week necessarily, and I can get the same gear from Warfronts, so I can kind of like save my raiding mindset for when I'm doing normal or heroic with a guild or something.
Right.
And then the Warfronts can kind of be like my solo queuing PvE content.
You totally just reminded me about LFR. I was supposed to go in and make some content for another channel that I work for. I totally forgot. No.
Yeah. What's the LFR required eye level?
320.
I don't know if I can do it on my rogue.
Well, it's cool though.
Dire Brew. Ooh. Oh, the Brewfest activities start yesterday.
Brewfest. Any good stuff from the Brewfest?
It says, first celebrated by the dwarves, Brewfest now holds appeal among all races of Azeroth. Visit the Alliance camp outside Ironforge or the Horde outside Orgrimmar and join the party. And there's also, it looks like, a dungeon we can queue for. Keg-shaped treasure chest.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll probably jump into that over the weekend. But just the plan here, you can join me for the next one if you want, Tom. If not, then it's cool, brother. We can just hang out and chat. But I'm going to queue for another Warfront.
I will stab at one more. I'm down.
Okay, yeah, because after this, I'm just going to take some footage and then try and piece together a review for it. Horde side, well, shit, we don't play Horde side, or I'm not high enough to see what the Horde side version of this is going to be. Whether or not, I'm sure their bosses change, the rares change, and of course you got all the Horde themed buildings to build. Holy shit, that was fast. I mean, at least the queues are fast. World of Warcraft players, sometimes you hear Warcraft players just bitching and complaining about the game in so many mundane and trivial ways that I play so many MMOs. When I hear some of these complaints that WoW players come up with, I'm like, you have not been around this shit block. You just have not.
Right.
When it comes to like queues and server stability and mega server attack and all this stuff, WoW players have it easy. They just don't know how good it is for them until they're like, I quit WoW, and then you go play something else, and you're like, you know what?
True, man.
You don't know what you got until you left it.
The consumer's very wrong these days. The consumer's not always right.
I don't think it's something to do with the consumers. I just think that it's more of an exposure kind of thing. I think that the market's so saturated in a way with all these games, and the generation of MMO players are getting younger, which means that the kind of stuff that they were exposed to aren't traditional MMOs. They're exposed to new flashy stuff. They could even be coming from games like Fortnite for all you know, coming to WoW and expecting a whole bunch of stuff. Whereas I think for the older generation, we're slowly you know, those that started MMOs are now going to be grandfathers. Those that grew up with MMOs, we are now starting families, and the next generation of MMO players are, I don't know, you know.
Yeah, I literally wouldn't care if tomorrow they removed Group Finder. I literally wouldn't care, because I've played so many games, you know, in the MMO genre where that's just how it used to be. You used to have to find people to group with, and I just have never had a problem with that. I never have a problem trying to find people who can just talk or whatever. I mean, it's easy. I don't need to be paired with mindless people doing the job next to me to fill the slot. You know what I mean?
Right.
To be honest, I'd prefer WoW in a facet where if 3 or 4 of my guildies are good enough, we could go solo a 5-man.
Right.
You know, like if you're good enough, you know, like a game that's slightly exploitable but requires you to work together.
That's the story of my Elusial life,
dude. Yes, I love it.
Never been able to find a guild big enough, so for all the like content, you know, we always underman stuff, and that was cool. In a game like WoW, though, you really don't have an excuse, because you know the player base for one, and the amount of tools that the game kind of offers players to find other players. So there's no reason really to say that you know it doesn't give you that social option. Yeah, it does, but at the same time, it also encourages that sort of social monotony of you don't have to say anything. Like in WoW, for example, there's no after a run in some ways, like in comparison to like other games that I play after a group run or whatever, the amount of times that people just stay to chat or say hi or thanks for the run or awesome heals, you know, it's not as common as it is in some other games that forces you to be a lot more social, I think. So in World of Warcraft's case, if you want that, you have to go and find it. You have to instigate. You can't be expecting it every single run. Just because the community is larger here doesn't mean that they're always kind of like open to you.
Yeah, just yin and yang, man. If you have to work to get a good group to accomplish something that's difficult, then you value the experience more than you would if you paired up with someone for the 5,000th time that day, and surprise, surprise, you knocked out the heroic without saying a word to each other.
Right.
You know, like
it'll never happen in Mythics, though. In Mythics, you have to talk. Like you have to talk.
Yeah. I forgot to mention this before. You know, as this is a solo queue alternative to LFR, you notice how we queued so fast?
Yep.
It's because it just pulled in 20 random whatever people. LFR requires a certain amount of heals, a certain amount of DPS, and a certain amount of tanks.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Mother boss is like wiping out LFR groups.
Mother is the second boss in the LFR, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't lost to it yet. I think I wiped the first time I did it, but we've always been able to beat it. But I heard she's like wiping people in LFR, and that's kind of what I want to see raids be in WoW. I want raids to be hard, and I want this to be the shit I farm.
Okay.
You know, I want to do raids when I have the ability to, and when I have the brain power, and when I'm with people who can accomplish it. Because I want it to be hard enough to need that. But I'm okay with this sort of thing as an alternative to it if it's easy to just do whenever.
Right. And you know, we had this conversation in other games that try and change stuff. This isn't a replacement to raids. It never is with Warcraft. This is just like a supplementary extra feature, and it's not meant to replace raids. I think raids, you can never replace like endgame content with something like this, and then have the community bitch about it because you can't get gear or anything. This place, I mean, this is a really subjective thing, but if you're coming here to farm endgame gear, I think you're. I don't want to say you're doing it wrong. Who am I to say that, right? But I don't think it's meant for that. I think Blizzard was pressured into putting endgame gear everywhere, 340, just to make that accessible. Because you know, I've been seeing this debate a lot, even in some of my videos, that Warcraft has become too casual. So in order to appease the masses, they've had to like add in 340 gear and every stuff that they do, which is kind of like I'm like about it.
I don't know when that started, but it's been pretty obvious and apparent to me for a while that Blizzard's always had not always, but for quite a while has had an avenue for solo players to get the same gear that Mythic
Raiders
players
get? Yeah, but I mean, it's not going to be at a more consistent shot. I mean, I don't know what the drop rates are for like doing a mother or a goon or what's the first Talok or.
I got an LFR two-hander in. I got a really lucky drop. I got a weapon.
What is that?
Really
320, 340?
340. So, but it's because it wasn't any good to me because it didn't Titan Forge,
Right.
or Mythic Warforge or whatever. But or just Warforge. I mean, but I also am very good at like exploiting the solo avenues of this game. I kind of like that. I kind of like gearing up with world quests. I kind of like using emissary and things like that. So it's hard to say. Like, do people want the best gear to be only obtainable by the best players?
Right. Yep. Good question to have. Yep.
And what do people really care about? Do they really care about eye level, or do they care about accomplishing the mythic, the raid, or do they care about the way the gear looks? It's tricky. It's
a good question, and I would love to see how Blizzard comes up with the solution to that, because like I browse the forums a lot ever since I started getting into WoW, just to get a feel for the community, see what Blizzard's responses are to some issues and how they handle the community responses, and it's always a mixed bag, like the first week Warfronts came out, there was like so many I quit, bye-bye, my sub is gone posts. Like supposedly BFA is overtaken WoD in terms of the most amount of subs lost for reasons.
Really?
On the forums, if you believe what the shit people say on the forums. And
I mean, they don't post their subs anymore, though, do they?
No, they don't. It's just the sheer number of posts like that exists on the forums, and I've read some of these, and I'm not shitting on anybody that likes to post on the WoW forums. This is not an attack on you. Actually, some of them were really well written, and you can tell that this person, I could comprende that very well, and I know where they're coming from. And there was some solid feedback with regards to how content becomes repetitive and stale in the manner that Blizzard does it, because with a game like Warcraft, especially like Warcraft, you have not like other MMOs will have 3 tiers of players. You've got the end gamers, you've got the middle folk, and then you've got the casuals, the players that play for fun, family friendly guilds and whatever. Warcraft may have like 25 different levels of tiers. You've got the competitive mythic guys, and then you got the sub-mythic competitive, and then you got the semi-competitive, and because Warcraft has been able to cater to various different tiers, a lot is expected of them. So the feedback is not coming from one particular tier; it's coming from all of them. So how do you balance that? The casuals are probably, those that play normally don't really have much to complain about.
Sure.
But every other tier will have something to say, World Quest is boring, the design's bad.
It just depends on who you are as a person, too. Like, I feel like there are a lot of people out there who just talk a lot of shit on their favorite thing. And that's just kind of like how they process.
That's pretty much everybody with an opinion, really, for every game.
Yeah, definitely. You got to be a heavy critic of the game you play, but like, I was thinking about the other day. I was frustrated because I couldn't craft the 370 blacksmithing pieces for myself unless I get 15 hydro cores. So I got to run 15 mythics to craft myself 355 stuff. And I'm like, that's kind of stupid, because I'm like, why can't I just make it? But then if I think about it, everyone else who grinded blacksmithing would then be able to make 355. So people would just then start doing that instead of farming mythics, or they would supplement their mythic grinding with those pieces of gear.
Right.
If it was that easy. So it's almost like, it makes me mad, but it's forcing me to do other content and play the game, and for that, I guess I'm grateful for the grind. I'm grateful that I have to work for it.
That's an interesting thing there too, because a lot of people have been asking about crafting. What do you think of crafting? Crafting in Warcraft kind of is interesting in that way, because to progress in crafting, you do need. I mean, for some of the best recipes, you do need to play a variety of content. You got to do the, like Tom said, those hydro cores drop in the end boss and mythics. And the raid for the pure cells. Wait, are they called pure cells? Here, let me check my crafting.
Sanguicells?
Sanguicells, thank you. Yeah, Sanguicells. So I've maxed out my blacksmith ring, as you can see. So 370, or is it? No, it's 300. There you go. So these are the 385 gear. So you need 250 Sanguicells, and these drops in the raid. So on top of those explosion stuff. So you're doing a lot of work for the bad stuff, and crafting, like I remember having this discussion, people like, are crafting is viable or not? Yeah, it's viable, but you have to, if you're a crafter and you don't do raids and stuff, then you're kind of missing out, because those things are account bound. Are they account bound?
Yeah. No, they're
character bound.
They're character bound, so they're something that only you as a crafter can have.
Ah, that's
insane. You can't sell those. Yeah. So here's my thought process: if you grind crafting hard from the beginning and get those recipes quickly, and you're doing the first 15 mythic zeros before pluses even come out, I mean, you'd be one of the first people to have 355 for sure.
Right.
You'd probably get some war forges for mythic, and you'd have you'd have belt and legs already covered as far as blacksmithing goes. So yeah, if you were about it from the beginning, you could totally be competitive with it. But yeah, 15 hydrocores is a good amount of mythics.
I blew a bunch. I remember having quite a few. I'm on 14 now, but I blew a bunch. Can't remember what was I crafting for. Oh yeah, I wanted the last piece that I needed for the 7 Legion set.
Ah, yep.
So you guys are taking the Newstead, which is a good name.
Yeah.
Jason Newstead.
This is a very mindless activity for me, and I'm enjoying it for that. And I'm actually enjoying my ability to just run around and heal people.
That's
kind of nice.
Right. I mean, the thing is, I would like to see some story in here, but Blizzard can't pack this shit with story, in a sense that it's going to hog down 19 other people's time in here by making them watch cutscenes and stuff. I don't know. I would like some story in here, because that would be cool. But otherwise, on its own, I think it's all right.
Yeah, sorry, I flew back to throw the rest of my stone in the keep.
Yeah, oh, good, man. Yeah, I didn't pick up any resources this run. I'm just going around doing the killing thing and just looking at the other side of the map that I haven't been to. Yeah, you were talking about the War Elk. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, I've got 57 stone. I might save up a little more and pick one of those bad boys up.
So you can do Crushing Stampede. So is this kind of like, you know, in the Nazmir zone, when you upgrade the outpost, you could ride one of those beasts?
I don't know if you actually get to ride it or if it's just an NPC. I haven't done it yet.
Damn it.
I don't know.
I was kind of
it's
hoping
worth
that
finding
you could
out,
though.
I don't know. You might be able to. You might ride it.
Yeah, somebody's riding it. Somebody's riding it.
Yeah, I see that. I'm watching your stream on this side. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah,
Vicious War Elk. That's cool. They should make that. They should make that like a kind of like a co-op mount. You know, let somebody else sit on the side and throw stuff.
Hello.
Hell yeah.
Like a Muma kill.
See you around.
Or a Mama.
Yes, dude. Okay, so part of the reason I need to play Lotro is because I just have so much attachment to like, when you're playing and you come around the corner and you see a troll, or like the characters in Lotro just feel so threatening. You know, in WoW, everyone has a giant demon mount, and everyone has a giant sword, and a giant this, and a freaking that. You know,
it's a fantasy game, man. What do you expect?
Right, but in Lotro, you're just an elf, dwarf, human, or a hobbit.
Right, but Lotro operates under a very strict guideline in terms of following the lore. They have a source material, and they have an in-house lore master that makes sure that the content, the designs of the creatures, the story and stuff are all approved by the Tolkien estate before it gets put out. So it's like their hands are tied there. So, you know, when I get comments on some of my videos like, Lotro's so boring because you can't have flying mounts or you can't go out of your way, the usual answer to that is, yeah, because that's lore breaking, because there's a source material. So, in that regard,
I don't know. I like that. It keeps us grounded.
It does. In a way, it's always nice to go back to Lotro and feel like, oh yeah, that, you know, kind of fits in with Lord of the Rings and fits in with that era, because you know this is how it worked in that world. You know, there's no suspension of disbelief there in terms of what can happen in Middle Earth and not, because we're so familiar with it.
The workshop is now ready.
You guys should be able to wipe this out. I got you on heals.
Yeah, I was gonna say, whoever just threw me that huge heal, that was awesome, because I think I've got all the aggro right now. Root it.
I got you, man. I've been playing a lot of PvP healing.
Yeah, I got that add-on that you suggested, HHTD, healers have to die.
Dude, so awesome, right?
It does help a shit ton in PvP, just to know who's the healer, and this is going to be a totally different topic about, is this even legal, or is it against the TOS or whatever, but any player that doesn't use healers have to die is really gimped, because it just helps the team so much.
Yep, severely gimped. Yeah, you just and it works for off healers too. So you can see when a rep paladin starts throwing a heal, they'll throw the plus over him too. It's like, yo, that's amazing. Who am I trying to heal? Who's this gore shield guy that I just cannot heal? Oh, he's the guy on the Elec. No wonder. The Elec has so much health. Holy crap!
Can you heal the Elec? Yeah, you can heal the Elec. Yeah.
Oh,
whoa! Wait, what is that? 604k. Six squirt. It's almost 700k.
Yeah, that's insane. We need to get those war machines down. Yeah, we got tanks coming. We need to move up.
Bring up the tanks. Bring up the tanks. Yes, sir. Oh, hang on. Rumbling Goliath. You see that? Rumbling Goliath. Big star in the back.
Oh, yeah. Gotta do that.
Let's get him. Take it down, take it down. No, it's not taking it down, it's bring it down. It's a Lord of the Rings reference, so never mind. Back up. Where is he going?
Bring him down.
This guy's just taking a casual stroll through the pathway that we just cleared for him. This is a boss, an enemy boss, right? Just to be clear.
Wait, the Rumbling Goliath?
Yeah.
No, that is something we have.
It's okay because it's showing up as a star, and I thought that star meant it's like a rare we could kill.
Yeah, me too. That's okay. I don't know. I'm gonna assume it's just a rare like bonus to your team. Maybe it's because we had Circle of Elements for a while. I almost just said Circle of Elephants.
All right, so I'm seeing like there's a. If you look at the right side of the map, there's like 3 different lanes leading to this keep, right? So is it cool like if we don't touch the other 2 lanes? Like I see another player on the left side, he's doing his own thing. On the right side, we haven't taken the Circle of Elements, and there's a Horde wave there that we haven't taken down. Right,
taking the Circle of Elements, I think it's possible to take the game without it, but I think it's important to take that too. So maybe we should go over there too.
All right, let's go.
All right, cool.
We will be SEAL Team 6. Let's go. SI7 operators.
Yes. The Alliance is so immersive. I love the Horde too, but I love everything about the Alliance. We're gonna need a lot more to kill this guy.
Well, you know what they say, Jaina had me at hello.
I was thinking the other day I want to make a campaign about like just a MILF campaign all about Catherine.
What?
Just to rock the boat a little bit, you know.
You have got. That's the first time I've ever heard that come out. Like Catherine Proudmore, really?
Yep. And I mean, just like make it super spoofy. Make a bunch of like memes about how every time she says something stupid, she's hot. Because she's awful. She is not a self-thinker. She's one of the worst characters ever, in my opinion. Oh my god. Anyway, we got Wiga chat says hi. Hello Wiga, sorry I'm getting to your chat late. But yeah, I was gonna say Catherine shares Jaina's features, so like mother like daughter. And big pack. Shit.
Holy cow.
Alright, here we go everybody.
Boom! Boom! Hit me with your best shot. Isn't that like a classic song?
It is.
It's one of my mom's favorites. Let me see if I can get the name right. Pat Benatar or something like that? I don't know.
Pat Benatar?
Benatar, there we go.
I don't know his stuff. I just happen to know that last name. I'm pretty clueless when it comes to a lot of classics.
That's like 1970s, 1980s stuff.
Yeah, I was born in '93. That shit's a little prehistoric for me.
Prehistoric. It was for me too, and I only found out was when I brought home Guitar Hero, the game, and I sat down and started playing on my couch. And I'm playing the music really loud, right? Because I was getting into it. Some of these songs are cool. Then my mom starts coming down. It's like, I know that song. And I'm like, what?
Guitar Hero was a huge success. Oh my god, huge success.
I love Guitar Hero. What I love it. I only knew about it because you know, one of the bands that I loved at the time was they kind of posted that they were going to be on it. So I was like stoked. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Which band?
Sevenfold, Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh hell yeah! Gotta love some good A7X, man.
A7X, baby. That is the only ticket I paid like over $500 my currency for just to go watch them live, and that was before their original drummer, the Rev, passed away. So I got to see him live before he went, which is sad memory. And I just alienated like 90% of my stream and viewers on YouTube by saying that. Sorry, you were saying?
Oh, no, I'm sure you're fine. I for some reason I thought it was Sinister Gates that passed, but I guess he's still alive.
Yeah, that's the guitarist. Yeah.
Okay. I grew up learning.
Man, this thing. Are you kind of familiar with some of these designs? Like, are these new enemy designs, or are they reusing old assets? Any idea? Because I'm kind of...
Well done.
I'm looking out for that, too. Seeing if they've added any, like, new bosses or whatever.
I just had a huge lag spike. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Gosh, I'm still having huge lag spikes.
Stat, dude, you're running in position, dude. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I'm about to DC.
Stylist Tom. Chop chop. Faster. Faster now. Can you see on the stream?
I'm watching this stream now.
Faster. Hurry up. That's you right there, just lagging in position.
I'm gonna crash the game real quick and...
Copy that. Yeah, and I've got this permanent blue ice on my screen or something like that. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that might be the elements thing.
Okay, let me get far away and see if that clears it up. Because I don't like, you know, when it comes to MMOs, don't filter my screen with this colorful shit. I don't like it. I only like it, or oh shit, holy cow, did. I only appreciate it when, if I'm about to die, and then it kind of like, you know, blinks as a warning. But if it's just like a buff or a debuff that's going to be on my screen for so long, I'm like, no, screw that.
Dude, I go back to vanilla WoW and I always like die on accident the first 3 times because that red blood effect isn't in the game.
This is why a lot of us put our health bars in the middle of the screen. You know, and I've tried way back in the day in college. I borrowed my friend's TV, and I stuck my TV in the room, and I would play on this huge ass monitor, and like games like Lotro and stuff. And I realized by doing that, the information of where my health bars are, my nameplates are, you know, having it all over the screen is just really unhelpful for me. I need to have as much information as possible in areas where I can access them real quick. So like the damage meter, my health bars, all that stuff needs to be in the center of the screen or nearby so that I can focus on, because most of the time when it comes to content, you know, you're either fighting or you're doing PvP or you're in a dungeon or raid or some sort, and you want to have to see things at a quick glance without taking your eyes over mechanics.
Now move.
Sure.
Take back
Totally. Yeah, it makes sense. That's I have pretty much everything. I know I showed you my HUD a while back.
Yeah.
Pretty much have everything in a column to the left of my character.
That helps. I mean, do you have problems like glancing over and then when you glance back to the middle, even though it's like a short distance, does it kind of like annoy you at all?
I've considered getting like weak auras and like moving my like special icons up higher into view so I don't have to do that as much. But no, I found a pretty good balance of it, especially when I'm healing.
Gotcha.
When I DPS, I totally get stuck in the numbers game, you know, because you know how ret is.
Yep.
You're like, you're counting your points and making sure you have enough for the longest amount of time possible while they're on cooldown. So it's very mathematical when you get down into the min-maxing of it. And I will totally miss mechanics playing ret, yeah. But I think I'm going to predominantly heal for raids.
Bro, tell me about that ship. What the hell is this thing? Why is this guy having a flying ship on the landscape? What the hell is going on here?
It's ruining my immersion, right?
I mean, it's got... well, not so much for me, but it's just annoying as hell. Like, how does he get a flying ship as a mount? Like, how does that even happen?
It is available if you buy 180 days of game time right now. I know. I do not want to see... I'm not joking. It's yep. So we're gonna have all the people who have plenty of money to spend, who know they'll be playing all year long, just dropping 6 months of game time for a.
I didn't even know that Warcraft had like 6 months option. Like I thought it was just like a monthly thing, unless I missed that option.
Yeah, you can pay for 1, 3, 6, and maybe a year. I know you.
Is it cheaper in the long run, or?
You get a quantity break, but it's small. But
damn
if you
it,
like
I didn't know that.
You like to manage your money closer, then dude, it's maybe a $2 break.
Well,
a month at the most.
Bro, a $2 break in my currency is a lot.
That's right. I forget about that, man.
Any bit that I can save, I will. But oh man, I should have known, because I've been on the sub since I started reviewing the game in December, and I haven't stopped.
Am I able to just give you Blizz time? Because that'd be a way for me to like extort US dollar for the same value.
Extort US dollar for the same value.
Seriously though, I could get you game time at my value. All you'd have to do is like send me a Taco Bell gift card once a month, and I'll fucking buy yours for $15, dude. Because $15, bro. I even me, low class. I work in a head shop. Like, $15 is very small in the U.S. currency. Like, that sucks that it's so much more for you.
You know what $10 is over here? $10 is $50.
Jesus, yeah, dude, that's ridiculous. And $50 will get you not much more than $50 will get me, right? In the U.S.
$50 we. A lunch break for me would be about $20 easy, and oh well, currencies and stuff. Anyway, I got a 340 stuff here. Not really an upgrade. It's telling me an upgrade because it has a prismatic socket. Which is an upgrade. Yeah, which is always great.
I just upgraded mine to the same gauntlets, but mine were 335, so that's definitely an upgrade.
Nice. All right, so here's the first thing I noticed, and we'll revisit that because I want to talk about that Taco Bell proposition. Because, bro, I've never had a Taco Bell in my life, and I would really like to try it.
I mean, we talked about this. It's just all hype, man. It's all garbage.
but still, everywhere you see people talking in a Taco Bell. It's in like pop culture reference. It's just as bad as like White Castle. Like I keep hearing about this White Castle burger, and I'm like, I've never had that shit. And it's like,
I don't know what a White Castle burger is either.
You don't? Okay, well that makes two of us. And
I also don't eat meat, so that's probably part of it.
Oh right, forgot about that. My bad.
No worries.
Yeah, interesting. Let me just get back to this Warfront thing real quick. It seems like you could just farm this all day long for the next 5 days. Am I right in saying that? Because
it's a 340 catch-up.
Oh, there we go. All right, so
that's how I feel like it is.
For everyone that hasn't or don't want to go into like mythics, some of you, whenever you watch this on YouTube, when I import this thing, you'll probably have seen my dungeon review, and I talked about mythics being a great way for curing alts. It seems like Warfronts can just as well be that. I mean, here's the thing though, and this is something that I saw somebody bring up, and it hasn't happened in this one yet, or in the 2 runs that we did, Tom, but is AFK a thing in here? Because if I come in 1 and I just AFK the entire fight and we win it, do we get loot and stuff? I mean, obviously, I don't think so, because if all 20 men AFK, nothing's going to get done, right? Resources aren't going to harvest themselves. Right. Keeps aren't going to take themselves. But there's always going to be 1 or 2 people AFKing. Have you noticed that, or is that just not happening?
So since I got disconnected there and I had to crash my whole game and come back in, and I got back in, that tells me it doesn't work the way Battlegrounds do. Because Battlegrounds, you don't usually get back in. And you get a deserter tag. So, like, that tells me that, yeah, there's probably not an AFK kickout. So there will probably be 1 to 2 people every once in a while trying to do nothing the whole fight.
Oh, well.
And if they do sit there and not move, people will do stuff like kick the AFK player, stuff like that. And it'll work if everyone does it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I forgot that we actually get like raid leaders and stuff that can still kick, so that's handy. And I mean, everybody's dot is going to be in the map anyway, so you can see like who's just been there. But then again, I don't even think people care, because you brought up a good point there. Warfront so far, they seem like a really good catch-up mechanic, and okay, it's going to be time gated. It was time gated. Alliance players, we waited 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks since launch.
Yeah, about.
Okay, 3 weeks. The Horde waited 2 weeks. No, 1 week, and then 1 week of gathering and whatever. And I'm getting it wrong. I'm sure I'm getting it wrong, but it doesn't matter. Both factions waited some time to play Warfronts, and then once you get it unlocked, you can just farm it all day, every day, trying to get gear. So in a way, I think for new players, if you've just gotten an alt to like the cap 120, I think just run Warfronts then. But you do have a requirement. I did see the requirement to queue for one was 120. So you're going to have to run dungeons somewhat, or just run some...
That's all the requirement is to be 120?
Sorry,
to run Warfronts?
320, my bad.
Oh, okay, yes. You totally have to do heroics.
Yeah, you got to do heroics.
Like, heroics and world quests before you can do Warfronts.
So
yeah, you got to pay your dues for it.
Yeah, so it's an alternative to Mythic running, but it's not necessarily like the best place to farm when you're just out of... when you just hit the level cap. So my mistake there, my apologies. So when you just hit the level cap, yeah, go keep doing those dungeons, normals, heroics, and whatever. And then if mythics are too troublesome for you, then just go queue for a Warfront. Now the thing I don't know is, like, both of us, we are getting 340 plus gear because we are over 340. If I come in at 320, I wonder if it'll drop like 320 gear.
No, I think the scaling for that only really works in the world quests. I'm pretty sure it's going to drop 340 for everybody. And then the chance of 370. That's
settled then. So let's get some thoughts in here. I'm gonna go in a few minutes, but let's wrap this up with sharing our thoughts about Warfronts. Tom, you've done a bunch today, and even, well, before we start streaming. Just your general thoughts of Warfronts. What you like, what you don't like.
I like it as a alternative. I like it as a good solo queue option for PvE. I like that I can mix it in with battlegrounds and dungeons and stuff like that, and not feel like, you know, oh, LFR's done, I can't do it for the week, can't do it anymore, not get any rewards. Right. I don't feel like it's large enough to hold anyone's attention as like a new niche feature in the game. But I like it. I like it. I think it will serve a lot of more casual players well. But yeah, I don't think anybody really expected it to be a high-end player mythic type content. I don't think anyone really expected that to be the case. So
yeah, and because for those that watch like the preview videos and stuff like that, I mean, I'm sorry I'm interrupting. I asked you a question and I'm jumping in here. I actually thought there was going to be like a PvP mode for this, and there wasn't, which I don't know how it would work PvP wise. But yeah, carry on. Any negatives?
I think the negatives are that, yeah, it seems doable with people really checked out, and I guess that makes it feel like I wasn't really working for anything. But then at the same token, it's a really good mindless thing. I felt like I was not stressed there trying to talk to you and enjoy the conversation.
Yeah, it was a good chill out kind of activity where, like I said earlier on too, like if you coming in with a guild and you know everybody like, okay, rate squad 1, go take the lumber mill, squad 2 this, and you know when it becomes organized like that, maybe things move faster, maybe you guys kill the boss faster or whatever. I don't know how that works, but yeah.
I hate to do this Lotro comparison again, but like, does it kind of remind you of big battles or scenarios at all?
No, because those are way worse. I'm sorry, Lotro. Those are way worse.
That's totally fair, but like, doesn't it remind you of the same
similar
source of content?
Yeah, because it's PvE, it's scripted, but you know, in that way, there's a lot. It's so linear in a way, whereas here, you know, you have some options whereby players, you know, you can split up and you can do various different things. But yeah, I do. It is in a way kind of similar.
I think the only thing I would love to see really happen is that I want the next 2 wings of LFR to be very difficult, and I want people to wipe on it consistently, and I want raids to still have their value of fear. I want LFR to be the new normal, and I want Warfronts to take the place of easy PvE content. That's what I want.
Where's this hardcore teenage angst coming from, bro? What's happening to you?
I know, right? I'm definitely a casual player, but you know, I don't mind dying 3 or 4 times on a boss in LFR. Right. That extends the journey and it increases the value for me. And in Legion, I feel like I just walk in, basically put someone on follow, throw a few splash shields out once in a while, and then just leave. You know, and then thanks for the gear. And I guess I don't need to do the content in normal because I've already seen it so many times and it was so easy. I don't need to try and group up and do it with anybody else.
Right.
But, yeah.
So in a way, you brought up difficulty there. So I'm going to tie 2 and 2 together and say that Warfronts wasn't difficult for you, right? And you'd like to see a more difficult version, like you were saying, a more mythic kind of challenge to Warfronts as opposed to just having this one version.
Mm-hmm. They said from the beginning that it was going to be a PvE strictly experience, so I know they're not going to make it into PvP unless something drastic changes. But yeah, I would totally love to see a mythic, and then people can get their times posted on the leaderboards, and you can like push harder for better gear, almost like Alterac Valley without the horde, you know?
Yeah, this whole thing about leaderboards and challenges. It's such a huge thing, and you know, for me, this is off topic because I haven't even shared my Warfront thoughts yet. But I just want to touch on this real quick for those that are, you know, interested in hearing this. I come from MMOs where the competitive raiding and dungeon running was never a thing. So you wouldn't have leaderboards for server first or fastest run or fastest kill or whatever. So this entire scene is new to me, but the amount of just how religious this thing is in terms of the WoW community is just insane. And a lot of guilds, so think of it as praying to a certain deity or god. You know, you've got lots of guilds worshipping this deity, and they're also, the best way I can use to relate them is religious about it. You know, they look at all these Warcraft log stuff after every raid. It's imperative for the guild or the group to go study those Warcraft logs and see what's happening and follow the meta, and they're just obsessed with being you know, guilds are obsessed with being in the top 100 guilds, top 200, and it's just this this raiding competitive endgame community in World of Warcraft is just something that I've never kind of like experienced in my life. It's not something that I want to get into because at my age and what I do for a living professionally, I just cannot commit. I think I've said this many times, but just watching it from afar. And I watched Method the other day. For those that don't know, Method, this guild, I think they got the first world first, I think, for Mythic. I can't remember the boss or whatever, but Method was the guild, and I watched their stuff, and holy cow, insane. And you know, to get to that sort of level is just nuts. Any other MMORPG out there, I've not seen them get, you know, kind of to this close to offering that same thing. So that's all I wanted to point out, at least for me, because I'm new to all of this, especially. So it's a kind of interesting thing. All right.
It feels like I think it started with WoW. I watched a YouTube video a while back that had all the world firsts recorded since vanilla WoW for all the main raid bosses that came out, and there's some amazing ones that took like 30 days, like 38 days for guilds to down, you know. And so as WoW became more popular, there's all this information out there on the meta, you know, fat boss at the bottom, and you know, it builds from there on how to do everything. So it's almost like they can't put content in the game that's hard enough for people to accomplish because it's still going to get done quickly,
Right.
and therefore they have to have competition after that. They have to be able to compete with other players in some facet. That's why the leaderboards exist. You know, everybody wants to be the first or be the best because it's going to get done.
Right. I mean, that's a great point. It's just something that I just love seeing because it's one part of the MMORPGs. You know, you branch out to so many different communities, role playing, PvP. It just grows and grows. And as someone who's really passionate about this genre in particular, and just seeing something that I've never experienced before happening, it's just like really, really cool. Intimidating, you know. And like I said, the game, because of that, it does foster a lot of this elitism and elitist stuff, and to a certain extent, you just cannot be have a super casual attitude about stuff like competitive rating and expect that you know people are gonna carry you if you're being nice or whatever. That's just not going to happen, you know, because when it comes to rating stuff, you're not dealing with just like 2 other people's time. You're dealing with what, 20 plus man, 24 man. It's a lot of people time. Like, you're wasting 20 other people's time in there if you're just fucking around and don't have that sort of mindset, which is just
right. Yeah, everybody has to be on the same tier if you want to be competitive, because you know, look at the best sports teams in the world aren't the best collection of nicest people. They're the best athletes that they can get their hands on. You know.
Oh, just you wait. I'll be on the leaderboard in the next expansion. I'll be like the server first kill solo pal. I watched that guy. Did you watch that video? A prot pal. He just soloed this BFA raid boss. Oh, it's on Wowhead somewhere.
Oh my god, no, I didn't. But I totally
it's a 10-hour fight. The one prot pally, 10 hours it took him to get that down, and I'm like,
10 hours, 10 hours of multiple goes.
10 hours of that one fight, I think it was. Here,
let me find
that link. It was so interesting, and I'm like, prot pal solo boss.
It sounds like hell.
World first mother solo by Rex Toy Prot Pal. Here, I'm gonna post it in Twitch chat. And
it's crazy that he soloed mother.
For those on YouTube, just see the first few letters of the link, and then you guys will know where to find it. But it's on Wowhead.
God, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. It's like people go to like really crazy extremes just to do stuff like that. It's like, oh my god. Was it 10 hours? I don't know, but it's definitely a long time.
It's ridiculous. I don't have that kind of commitment. If I watch the health go down that slow in the first few seconds, I'd be like, nope, I'm good.
Bro, I can't even handle like a 30-minute fight because I kind of fucked up my right wrist a lot, so I can't really. That's kind of why I use a Naga. Because it's a heavier mouse and it's a fat mouse where my wrist and my hands can just rest there, but any other mouse more than 10 minutes and my right hand just goes.
Dang, dude. Yeah, it's a thing. I have this whatever ligament is attached to my thumb or whatever. It gets so sore because of my Naga, because of those buttons on the side. It gets really sore, and I've had like spasms at my wrist from it and stuff like that. It's crazy, but how crazy is that? That's a lot of fucking gaming, dude.
Well, what do you expect, man? It's for people like us that we were born a game. Some of us game professionally, some of us game every day, some of us game because it's our go-to drug. Whenever we chill out or just winding down or anything. So, but yeah, good.
Totally.
Thanks for bringing up the Naga. This is a quick plug. This is not to Razer. It's not to any specific brand, but 12 thumb grid mouse buttons or whatever, that concept of mouse, I cannot live without it anymore. Like, I have to play with a mouse like that. I cannot go back to a normal mouse.
It will change the way you game. It makes it so you almost don't even need your keyboard. Like, it's amazing. Like, you could seriously downsize your keyboard to one of those little orb weavers and sit back and play on your couch because of the fact that you have a Naga.
That's the only thing missing from my build right now, an orb weaver. Once I got that's smooth. That's done.
Yep, that is on my list as well, good sir.
You want to know how many Nagas I have sitting around? I've got 4.
I still have my first one. I'm on like 4 years, 5 years.
Dude, my first Naga's dead now, but it's
Is
it's right here. I got it here. It's the Molten Lava Naga with Razor had. It's a limited edition. One of their first prototypes for the 12-grit thumb stuff you can see here. But
yeah, mine's the RZ01 from 2014.
Gosh.
Yeah, dude, I'm coming up on like 5 years.
Oh man.
2012 Naga is what we just said.
Oh, we got 2012. Nice. Yeah,
that's crazy.
This one's
wireless.
Right. This is
yeah. I have the wired one. I am a believer that wireless ones break a lot quicker.
They do actually. So this one's brand new. I bought this last month. This is the 2014 Naga, and the wireless one is right there, docked. And I'm looking at getting that fixed because with that one, my number 1 button don't work. So if you go back and watch all my recent videos or streams, you will always notice, like this one for example. No, I changed this one, but go back and watch some of my old streams. You'll always notice that my skill bar starts with the number 2. There's a reason for that. Because on my wireless Naga, my number 1 button is fucked. So I had to hotkey all my games to start with the number 2 attack or number 2 button. But now that I got my new Naga, everything's gone back to 1.
It's amazing that you've gone through so many. Do you rage?
No, it's just that I'm constantly using it. I'm constantly using it. Like even for my daily browsing or even for my work. When I was working in like my PR company, I brought my Naga to work because, you know, wireless mouse. Come on, I could charge it while when going out for smoke breaks and everything. It's like.
No, that's super nice. I don't ever want to have a battery go out mid-fight, and I don't ever want to deal with just the wireless not seeing it. I don't know. But
honestly, bro, when you go wireless, there's like really no going back because that is one of the greatest things. Dealing with wire clutter shit is just so annoying. Like even my headphones, like sometimes they get stuck in my armchair thing here, and you know, it's just like a real clutter. So some days just like to go wireless.
Is there a legitimate concern for time gap with a wired one though, for like input lag?
No, I've never had an issue. I mean, for me, I always get latency and ping anyway because I'm playing from Malaysia, and for the games that don't have oceanic servers.
What's your ping right now?
What's the world in home? Can you guys see that? It's right below my banner thing here, but my home is 159. My world is 158, which is shockingly good, and this is an oceanic server for WoW. But in games that don't have oceanic servers, my average is like 280, 290, sometimes 320 if it gets bad. All playable, but
that's not too bad from there. I'm in US and I'm 59 home and world,
which is great. I would kill for 59. You know that. I would really kill.
But it's not amazing for US.
Okay.
Like a lot of people have 20.
Oh, okay, I see. You're right. Well,
so it could be better. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, you're totally right. I cannot complain. I'm very fortunate. Yo, also, you know gaming computers pretty well. I'm kind of out of the loop because I built my rig a few years ago and haven't really done much to it since. If I can't get better frame rate, but my processor and my RAM and my solid state are all running at lower capacity, does that mean my only limitation is my graphics card? There's no way for me to get better frame rate out of this game. I've tried for hours and hours, and
Which game are you talking about? WoW?
WoW, yeah. I can't maintain 60 always.
I mean, it comes down to a lot of things, bro. Like, for example, I think with frame rates, it's more to do with, first of all, CPU, because WoW is a CPU extensive game. Well, up until the recent release where they had that GPU update driver, and I'm not too sure about this, but yeah, having a good GPU helps, but having a good CPU helps as well, I think. And then
that's the thing though, is when I'm looking at Task Manager, I'm running like 20% CPU.
Okay.
And like 38% memory, and my disk is barely running. Like, my machine's pretty good, but I just think my graphics card's outdated. I'm running I have an i7. It's
okay. What's
slightly overclocked.
What's your GPU? Okay, well, if your i7 overclocked, then you should be freaking good to go. What's your GPU at? Or what is your GPU?
GPU.
1060, 1080, or 970, 960? What?
960. Yeah.
960? Yeah, you should be pretty good. Just check your other options, dude. Like vertical sync, do you have that enabled? Just mess around with some of these settings as well. Like
man, I feel like I have. I've done it. I feel like I've changed it all. Recommended, not recommended. I feel like I've tried everything. I wonder if it's maybe just the amount of people in Barracks.
I mean, don't worry about Barracks is always going to be shit. Like, I have a beast of a rig, and I'm still running at less than 30% FPS, that is. Like, I'm hovering between 30 and 40 in Barracks, but when I go back to questing areas, I'll go up to, like, the hundreds. So, don't worry about Barracks. It's always going to suck.
Okay. I don't know. I still don't get a perfect 60 everywhere, and I want a perfect 60 consistent frame rate.
Wait for like a World of Warcraft 2 or something. Perfect frame rates.
Yeah, I need it.
If you have like one of those like huge Alienware towers docked with triple SLI and all that shit, overclocked water cooling shit. Yeah, I think you could run it pretty smooth, but you don't need that. You don't need it, bro.
I want my frame rate to be perfect in Arena and BGs.
Right. For PvP.
Especially in Azreck Valley, 40 versus 40. I like being able to see that.
Wait, Azreck Valley is the snowy one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Snow particle effects, I think, in World of Warcraft does cause quite a frame rate drop, so could be.
I have most of my weathering turned down.
Shall we talk business?
Yeah, I'm running at 7 on graphics. Is considered what I'm. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to be able to play the game on Ultra at 60.
Daily.
Oh, well, the new 2080's out. Save up some money and
yeah, I'm just wondering. I'm wondering if the graphics card will solve it, or if I'll still have limitations from my motherboard. I'm just curious. I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, but at the moment, like, if you're running the 9th generation of NVIDIA GPUs, it really shouldn't be a problem at all, man. But if you get a chance to upgrade, yeah, go for it.
Yeah. I might. It's been a while.
It's been a while. All right. We went so off topic that I haven't shared my Warfronts stuff. So I'm just gonna do this real quick, because I plan to make like a separate video on Warfronts as well. So I ran 2 today. If you're just joining the stream and you are wondering where my Warfront review is, it's coming. I've just ran 2 tonight. I just remembered actually that they were out this week. Like I said at the top of the stream, I've been in Guild Wars. So far, kind of fun. That long waiting period, like, it didn't affect me as much as it affected a lot of people, because people had different things to do. You were either running the mythics, or you're running the raids, or you're doing something. In my case, I was playing other games or videos. That's what I do. And I had no problems waiting for Warfronts, and on first impressions doing it there. It's kind of fun because it blends all that RTS stuff. A large group, fairly quick. So it's not one of those like draggy stuff that, you're like, oh, when is this going to be over? The rewards are 340 gear, which you always seem to get for completing it. So I guess in a way that is an incentive for your alts. If you just brought up a 120, you've gotten some heroic runs out of the way, you're at 320 eye level, then yeah, farm some Warfronts, because they will be available for an entire week after you unlock it, and then you can just spam queue them as much as you want. So I think this is a great alt catch-up mechanic. If you're 320, just jump in here, grab some 340 gear while your main is locked out of all your raids and stuff. So in a way, I like the concept. Let's just see how much they go with it in terms of what other maps did they produce. I know they designed 2 other versions. So you got Battle for Stormguard, and there's like 2 others that will come in time. So we'll have to wait and see. I'll do a couple more of this over the weekend, and then I'll make my review sometime midweek or something like that. And that is really it for the stream, guys. I just wanted to do a quick one on Warfronts. I'm gonna go and make some videos now. So Tom, thank you so much, bro, for joining me tonight.
Very welcome. It was a pleasure.
You know what the cool part? Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
We just offended the entire UK with this.
You might have. Yes.
Why
I'm just
me?
a guest.
You
I'm fully
started
unplayable.
it. Bullshit. Bullshit. This is not a guest stream, guys. Well, okay, fine.
He has help. He has a gun to my head. It's scripted.
All right. But yeah, thanks so much for being on. Thanks so much for doing Warfronts with me and sharing your opinions too. This was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. It's a lot more fun with another player too. I will say that if you guys have friends who play, jump in a group of 3 and chop wood together. It makes it a little more interesting.
Chop wood together. We need like a lumberjacks guild. Yeah, but in the future, like hopefully I can get the time that maybe one of these days we can like LFR stream something. Look at LFR the Raid stream or something.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, yeah. I'll port this over to YouTube, and I'll see you guys over the weekend in some video of some sort. So thanks, guys. Thanks, Wiga, and everybody that jumped in early today. And Historical Chewy, you owe me £1,000 because I kind of like Warfronts. So I will send you a message, and you send me the money. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Ta-ta.